Welcome to our sweet, sweet summer stamping series. We are doing some easy, simple crafting with Stampin' Up sweets since they're on sale, buy one, get one 50% off in June of 2025. Now, these same projects that we've been doing, you could do with other sweets or other products. But I just wanted to showcase them for you, and I hope that they will help you in your simple summer crafting. Have you gone on any vacations this year? We just returned from Canada a week and a half ago, and I wish I had made this before I left. I wish I had had one of these to take with me, and I'll tell you why. Let's show you which suite we're using, and then I will tell you. We are using the On the Go suite. All right, here we are. The On the Go suite from Stampin' Up includes all of these items. We'll talk about them, and we're going to use most of them for the project that we're making today, except for two things. We're not going to be using the dies, but the dies are one of my favorite things because it has the most adorable little keys. And I think I have some. Where did I have some? Right here that I've already cut out. I mean, look at those. This is like out of our silver foil paper or gold or bronze foil paper. So cute. It has little tags, a hotel keychain sort of thing, all sorts of cute things. We're not going to use that today because we're staying simple. And the suites really do make it simple because they all coordinate. Everything that they have for the On the Go suite has the same colors, the same kind of travel themed ideas. This also part of the suite is the suitcases. We'll be using that another time, and we'll also be using it at our stamp therapy class in July. So if you come to our stamp therapy class in Hurricane in July, we'll be using one of those. But the other parts of the suite that we are using will be the Tags to Go stamp set and the Designer On the Go Designer Series paper. I love the colors in this, these bright, vibrant colors that are, a lot of them are the 2024, 2026 in colors, along with Strawberry Slush, which is the current one. So yeah, actually it's like Azure Afternoon, Basic Black, Crushed Curry, Pumpkin Pie, Shy Shamrock, and Strawberry Slush. So lots of fun summertime colors. There's some coordinating twine. And then these fun puffy stickers. These are On the Go puffy stickers. Let's look at them for a minute. So when my sister was younger, she went on a trip to a study abroad trip with the college that she was attending. And I gave her a little journal to take with her and to write down all of the fun things that she saw and did while she was on this trip. Pause for a moment. Here's our puffy stickers. They are really puffy. They have a little bit of dimension, but they squish, so they'd be perfect for cards as well. Anyway, so back to my sister. She went on this trip, and when she came back, she'd been to England and the Louvre and all sorts of amazing places in Paris, France, England. And I said, tell me about it. And she said, well, you can read my journal. And she had filled up about maybe 16 pages of her journal. 4 pages were a personality quiz that she took on the plane. And so it was just like 1A, 2D, 3C. I just giggled. I'm like, and then the rest of it was like she had gone to a tour about Jack the Ripper in England, and she just talked about the way that the tour guide dressed and how flamboyant he was. Not much about the actual tour itself or anything else that she saw. She took pictures of people, with surreptitiously who didn't shave their legs, or they had the students in the parking lot of the Louvre, and they took pictures of themselves pretending to be hit by the bus with a chalk outline. I mean, it was just so funny. Travel is wasted on the young. Travel is just wasted on the young. But she just recently went with her daughter back to England, France, and Ireland, and she said that her daughter did a much better job of keeping track. So I'm hoping that that is the case. We're going to create a travel journal onto the things that, on the things. Hello, Carol. Good to see you. Onto the thing that we're actually making today. So this is just your good old-fashioned composition book that you can get at Walmart, sometimes at the Dollar Tree. The Walmart version is much, I don't know, I think it feels a little bit more substantial. It has 100 pages in it, 100 sheets with 200 pages. We're going to create this travel journal. So what I have started here, you're going to need 2 pieces of 6x6 designer series paper, 2 pieces of 6x4 designer series paper. You're only seeing one because guess what? I've already put it onto the back. I've started it already, so you don't have to watch it all. And then measure how tall this works like especially for this particular one. You'll have to make sure that your measurements are the same with your composition book, whichever one you choose to do. And then this is a 9 3/4 by 4.5, I believe. Yep, 4.5. And then you may want some other little pieces to do some details. So I'm going to do a little stamping before I put this together. And I have chosen, let me tell you why I've chosen these papers, these patterns. I've chosen a really busy pattern for the spine of my journal. So I wanted to choose a couple of patterns that were less busy, kind of just a subtle pattern. So I've got the little plaid and the little map, which is cute. As you can see, if you start doing, there's the backside of this one has some great tags that we're going to use. But you can't really, this doesn't really look great. So we want to have those subtle patterns with a bold image pattern. So what we're going to do, start with here, I'm doing some stamping. Hello, that's what I was doing. I'm going to stamp right down here on this one. This one is part of our words. It says today marks an adventure. So we've got that one. Does not even have to, I didn't even intend for it to be even. We'll do this little location marker. Today marks an adventure. Here we are. This is where we're at in Azure afternoon. So we've got, you could do some more stamping if you want to as you finish this, but I just was trying to make this as simple as we can possibly get. I'm going to put that one away for a moment. We'll bring it back in just a minute if I remember. I'll put it over here to remind me that I am going to do some stamping on the inside as well. So I'm using our multi-purpose liquid glue from Stampin' Up. I forgot to also tell you, here's the on-the-go suite. Did I have it on there? Let's see, come back. Okay, that's the number. You can buy it here at creativejuicebylonnie.com. Go and add that to your cart and put that right in there. We're gonna use and get your adhesive too. Okay, come on, let's get it started. There we go. I'm using this adhesive because it's a little forgiving for a moment while you're wiggling it around on your composition book. I'm going to start with the top one here. I'm going to get it, and I want to kind of this. I'm using the larger end. There is a finer detailed application side to this glue, but I'm using the big one because it has a flat applicator that you can kind of squish flat, so you have a really nice application here. So let's put it on to the top of our, kind of wiggle it to the edge. Come on, wiggle it on over. Wiggle it over to the edge as close as you can to all the edges. If I've either cut this correctly or the book is correct, and it looks like the book is a little bit off, so it's going to be a little bit off on the top, but that's okay as long as it's onto this edge. Okay, smooth that out and do the bottom piece. So do you take notes when you are traveling? Because if you're like me, there's so many amazing things, and our trip to Canada was amazing, and my husband is really good at writing usually things that we've done on our vacation in his phone. But I just get tired of looking all day at the phone. I think, where are we going, giving directions if we're driving. So I don't like to write I do have a journal on my phone, but I've been keeping my phone now in a separate room at night. So when it's time to write in my journal in the evening, I don't have it with me, so I'm kind of my preference is an actual physical journal. That's what we're making today. So this one could be really modified or personalized for anybody, anyone. You could put their name on it. We're going to show you a little bit of that in just a minute. Now I've got a little strip of this Summer Splash. I don't even think that was listed on that colors, but it is this color, Summer Splash cardstock. I just wanted to kind of have a divider right here, visual divider. And so we've got, you can kind of smooth it out, make sure that you're not getting any of your sticky fingers on there. Now, before I put on this piece, I have a piece of strawberry slush ribbon that I want to use as a marker for my journal. I'm going to put it just a little bit of adhesive right here to hold it in place. Kind of, maybe I need to get it closer to the middle. Let's kind of get it closer to the middle. So I'm going to add that to this piece, the spine piece, before I put it on. And it's long enough to go over the top of this book. You can see I'm going to cut it off a little bit, but I wanted to make sure that it came out the bottom of my journal. So I cut it long enough to do that, and my fingers are a little sticky, so apologies for that. And now we'll just get this one all glued up. You may be able to see that glue better. This would be, but it's good to remember what you write down, like what you saw, and then when you get your pictures printed, you'll remember where it was and why you took that picture, what was important. Maybe people you met. If you're on a tour, you could say these are the people that are on our tour. When we went to Israel, when we went to Italy, it starts with an I, a decade ago maybe, it's been a while. We met a couple of people. In fact, one of them is my friend Donna, who is now part of my team. This is the part that I have to kind of stop talking for just a moment, make sure that I get it in the right area. But we met two of them that were going to be in our tour. They were on our airplane and going over. Of course, we didn't know them at that point. But we were like, I don't know, they're kind of crazy. But then they ended up being really great friends and really wonderful people. We were glad that we had known them. And so you can write down addresses of people that you've met. All right, I'm just kind of wrapping that spine around here like this. Making sure I get it all nicely done. Okay, so it's looking good. You can see that this now can go inside your book. Voila. We can cut off the bottom. Hello, Elaine. There we go. So we've got that one all prepared. Now you're going to have, see right now, this has some rounded corners. So open up your front here. It says class program. Cut off any extra excess. And then round those corners. There you go. So that they're all nice. And then we'll do a little bit of personalization and we're done. It's looking good, isn't it? You know what I really think we need is like another piece of this. And I don't have one cut, but we can. Shall I do it pink or shall I do it? I think I'm going to do strawberry slush. Where's my strawberry slush? There we go. Oh, look, I do have one that's already done. I love to save these little pieces when you're cutting like layers. Oh yeah, see, that's going to look nice, don't you think? It just gives it a definition right there between the two pieces of designer series paper. That kind of gives it a visual divider. What was I talking about? I can't remember. I was saying something. So I haven't seen if you keep your journal digitally or do you keep your journal in paper or do you not journal? I'm a really bad journaler, and so I'm hoping this will make it better for me to have that. Okay, so there's kind of we've got our little piece right here. The cool thing about this stamp set one of the stamps happens to say date, so that you can actually take this part and then just put this on every page. So you've got a date, and you could do this to the whole book. I'm not going to make you do that, but then you could do it in any color you wanted to. But now you've got your journal ready to go. I remember to do that. Let's add something to the front. So what I've used, hold on here, we're going to do one little thing. I'm going to use the alphabet a la mode dies. I've already used our small dies. You can also write, does not matter. I have a little tag right here that I'm going to use, and I want it to say notes on here. So I've got some of these already done, but I noticed I was missing an E, so I need to cut out an E. Remember that when you are going to cut out using our alphabet, put some adhesive sheets onto the back of your cardstock. Then you can run your dies. I'm going to use our mini cut and emboss machine. So the adhesive sheet on the back of the cardstock will make your life so much easier when putting these on. It creates stickers. It makes whatever we cut out, our die cuts into stickers. So this is my E from the alphabet a la mode. Setting that aside. You can keep this piece if you need to. I'll show you some fun things I've done in a scrapbook page with this same suite in just a moment. Now the S has a smaller piece on top and a larger curve on the bottom, so make sure you are putting it on the right way, or else it kind of looks silly that way. So put the small curve on the top, and I'm going to start with the S because it's going to be at the far end over here. There we go. E, so we're spelling backwards. Let's see, Seton. Senat, no, Seton. Notes. We'll get it right. And just peel the back off. And then stick it right onto. This is one of the pieces, also one of the tags that was a piece of that designer series paper, On the Go designer series paper. I hope I've left enough for an N. I think I do. I kind of laid it out and said, I think I have enough room. You can also use your dies, the actual dies, to kind of lay out onto the whatever you want to see how much room you need. So there's your notes. And I already cut out from this, I cut this one out and used our mini alphabet dies with the white cardstock to spell travel. So it says travel notes. You could put a name, you could put a year. Maybe you're doing a lot of travel one year and you just want to have all of your travel memoirs in one spot. What did I do with the, here we go. You can use one layer of twine, or you could have a couple of layers. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to use one. And I was saying something and I got distracted. Okay, you're going to fold it in half. Put your fold through the front, and then put your ends through that loop and pull it. So I've got some luggage tags ready to go on the front. Now I could put this on with dimensionals, or I think I'm just going to leave it. I want it to be flat just so that it doesn't get pulled or scrunched if I was traveling with it. So I'm going to put it on with, you could still use your liquid glue. I just happen to like this one. I could put it on, I think I'm going to go like that. You could put it on screw wampusy, diagonal, but I kind of like it like this, just overlapping that section. And so you could put somebody's name on here. Oh, good. And I pulled out my, yeah, let's try that again. I'll put a little bit of adhesive right here to hold it in place. There you go. You could put somebody's name on it and give it as a gift. But now all of our travel, I can remember all of my traveling and not have to ask my husband, what did we do on this day? And express how wonderful it is. This could be also for, now that I've got that adhesive on there, it doesn't want to pull as easily. Sorry. There we go. Ooh, sticky, sticky, sticky business. Yeah, I like that. There we go. See, look at that. My little travel notebook, and it's ready to go. It has a place to bookmark to keep my place of where I'm at, and I've already put my dates in there. Look at that. What do you think? Oh, hello, Mary. Good to have you. We've had Elaine. All right. Anybody have any other questions or comments? If you are not getting my email, I will put in the, especially on my Facebook update, not my Facebook, on my YouTube update, I will be putting the sign up for my newsletter. Make sure that you're getting the newsletter because I'll be sharing some more fun things with sweets this week in the newsletter that's going out. And on Wednesday, I actually have a post going onto my Creative Juice by Lonnie here that will be our new at SU blog hop that we're showing all sorts of fun things with the sweets. Let me show you. Oh, let me show you this. I was going to show you. This is one of the pieces of paper from this On the Go suite right here. And it has great things for journaling in a scrapbook. And I wanted to show you one that I've already posted on my Creative Juice. I'm catching up on a scrapbook from 2006. All right, here's my scrapbook page layout. I used that piece right here. I cut out some of the little luggage pieces. And here's where I cut out the letters. And if you line them up on your paper that you would usually throw away, this is called reverse lettering, I don't know. You're using the reverse part of these, and that's where I got some of the letters for the notes. There you go. There you go. Now you can just slap your photos on there. I used a tag over here on this one, did a little stamping, and used the designer series paper, a little bit of this designer series paper on this side. I have to still do some journaling. But this was from 2006, and you can tell if you looked closely at some of these pictures, we're a lot younger. But we still are big kids. We do love a good amusement park. This was at Universal Studios, I think. So there you go. You get a little blast from the past, but the same suite, using the same suite for scrapbooking. So if you do a lot of traveling, this suite is going to be for you. Just reminded me of something else we didn't put on. We were going to do this. We're going to do some of our puffy stickers. Let's do an orange one. I'm going to put that one up here. Because these cool puffy stickers they need to be used. They do definitely need to be used. I love it. Oh, these are going to be fun. These are going to be fun to play with. I'm really grooving on these stickers, by the way. Oh, yeah, love it. All right, so those just give it a little bit extra, a little extra fun. Love it. Okay, thanks for joining me, guys. We'll be back next week with some more sweet, sweet summer stamping. Sweet, sweet, simple summer stamping, because that's really what it's all about. Hopefully you make yourself a journal or make someone else a journal. Give it to them to travel with. Love it. See you next week. Bye-bye.